Hi guys, I'm Olivia here from Olivia's Catastrophe, and today I'm here to give you the top 10 book tropes that I absolutely love. People are negative about tropes, but to be real, it helps me find some books that I really love. And you can also take this as a recommendations video because I'll be recommending some of my books that I think, some of my favourite books that I think do these tropes very well. So first of all, let's go down the romance route because it's the obvious one, and I'm going to go with fake dating. I absolutely love books with fake dating for some reason. Wherever there is an excuse that this person needs to date someone for whatever reason, I am here for it. And I think a book that did it really well, even though it was quite short, was No Love Allowed by Kate Evangelista. This one follows this girl who needs a summer job and this guy who comes from the upper class and is always being pressured into having a relationship, so he needs a fake girlfriend. The second thing that will always get me in a book is if there is a wedding scene. It doesn't actually have to be the wedding of the two main characters. It can just be them going to a friend's wedding or anybody's wedding. Weddings are some of my favourite things. So if there's a wedding in your book, I'm probably going to enjoy it to some degree. A wedding in a book that I really loved was the wedding in The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. If you've read the book, you know who gets married. It's not the main characters, don't worry. But the wedding was just so sweet, especially as it was something that was a long time in coming, if you understand what I mean. The third thing that I really love to read about is a loyal side character or a loyal friendship group. So most of my favourite characters, you'll find out, are side characters who are very loyal to the main character for whatever reason. And I think a series that does this really well is one of my all-time favourites, and that's The Raven Cycle by Maggie Stiefvater. Gansey just has this gang, the Gangsey, that are just so loyal to him, so great, but they're also such good friends. Like, if we exclude Gansey, they're also all such good friends, and I just really love that combination of the loyal friendship, and also, yeah, it just works so much for me. Another thing that I really love to read about is seeing toddlers or very little kids in books. If you know me, I love working with kids. I love kids. I think they're, I believe the children are our future, etc, etc. So I just really love when you see kids being cute. Finding Audrey by Sophie Kinsella was one which was really cute because the main character has a younger brother, I believe, and also a toddler younger brother, and the younger brother is just so cute and he just says the most cutest, typical, I don't know, 5 or 4-year-old things, and I absolutely just adored it. Another thing that I really love is when a main character is passionate or has a hobby. I have a video somewhere, I'll leave a link to it up there, about book characters who I love that have their own interesting hobbies and passions. I can think of so many, but one of them that I'm going to shout out here is Heartless. I've also got a review video for that, so link up there. And in this one, Kath loves baking and it's really integral to the story, and she mentions it so much that I really appreciated seeing a hobby shine through because I am someone who's very hobby driven, hence why I am on booktube anyway. Another thing that I really love, as much as I love my romance reads, is when there is no romance in a book at all. And I don't know why I love it when there's no romance, but I'm like, yes, we're gonna get deep dive into friendships, plot and characters. We don't need to see any love story. I don't know why I love that, but it just makes me happy. I wanted to recommend This Savage Song, but I haven't read the sequel and I have a feeling a romance is going to come in the sequel, but instead I'm going to recommend The Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy by Mackenzie Lee. In this one, it's a very feminist book and our main character is not really interested in love. I believe she's asexual, and because of that, yeah, we just have no romance, and I was totally here for it. The next thing I really love, I'm a thematic reader and a character-driven reader, so if we get a character-driven book with a plot twist, I am all about that life. It can be very hard to find because it is very hard to make a plot twist in a character-driven book, but More Happy Than Not by Adam Silvera is a book that does it fabulously. I'm not going to talk about it more because I've just gone on and on about how much I love this book on my channel, but yes, character-driven plot twists are a must. Another thing that I really love is texting or online romances. We're going back to romances here, and I feel like this is one that I don't see happen often. There was once a series that was all about this, that was new adult, and it was fantastic. However, that author turned out to be a terrible person, so I'm not even going to mention the title of the series because I'm not recommending that to anybody. But I did come up with an alternative, and that is Simon vs. the Homo sapiens by Becky Albertalli. Yes, she's making a return on this list because in this one, I believe it's by email that the love interests communicate at first, and you know me, I'm here for it, so yeah, I loved it. Then we've got our villains. I love either a grey area villain or a villain where you can understand their motivations very well and it's very, very believable. And my favourite villains all have this in common. May Apprentice in the Knife of Never Letting Go series does this well, and also Queen Levana with her book Fairest from the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Mayer does it very well. So basically, if the villain has actually believable motivations and we really get to see those and deep dive into how they get to be the way they are, whether they can change or not, yeah. Or they're just a grey area villain where it's really hard to determine. I don't know, I just love it. And last but not least, grief in books. I think grief is a very interesting topic. It's especially something to do with mental health that basically nearly everybody has to face. Almost everybody, I don't want to say everybody, but almost everybody has to face in their life. It's really emotional, it's difficult to push through. I've experienced it myself, and it's just something that's really paramount to life, but we tend to overlook it and try to hush it up and ignore it. So I think grief is something so interesting to read about, and I think a book that did it very well was Sunflowers in February by Phillida Shrimpton. In that one, we get the point of view of the person who is deceased, a teenage girl, and she's trying to let go of her life and whether she wants her family to move on, wants her friends to move on or not, and I just thought it was such an interesting take on grief. I want to throw in a quick bonus round because I just want to mention the mystery genre very quickly. One of my favourite tropes in the mystery and detective fiction genre is the isolated setting trope where a murder happens in like a closed off village or in a house in the countryside or like in a train that is stopped because of a blizzard. Yes, am I naming Agatha Christie novels here? I am, because she is the master of the isolated setting, and one that she does very well with an isolated setting is And Then There Were None. So there you have it. Those are 10 plus a bonus of my favourite book tropes. Let me know in the comment section down below what are some of your favourite bookish tropes. I would love to hear from you. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more, and don't forget to hit that notification bell to be updated every time I have a new video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.